Alrighty, this is P.O.C. I want you to pay attention to the light activity that's resulting when they're driving through light that's flying through the air, light that is streaming across, and also you want to pay attention to the time. It's 7:28 a.m. when I'm on this same street, this same bus stop. When I'm at the Chevron, when I'm at the Arco, when I'm at Bethel Congregation, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the fake sun is still over me at this same position. This is all stalking. You want to pay attention to the desperation of sex offenders who are always finding a way to touch you, which you're paying attention. The impossible light activity when you're driving by, and it's creating what is a means of touching. Light activity. Their shadow of their vehicles is what is reaching across the street. That's a form of touching. While they're all engaging in what is essentially a sex act, and it's a sexual act of violence amongst an entity that is stalking you, while they are always monitoring this obsession with the light that's not even naturally occurring, speaking to what is intent regarding a criminal purpose, monitoring you, committed in furtherance of murdering you. The sex offenders, the psychopaths that are sitting inside of the Ovid Family Community Library, stalking, sitting around me, pacing around, just like this, pacing around in engineer light, creating what is light activity, sparking light, mentally ill behavior, while they are demons who are monitoring. Your shadow is not reaching across, moving across that wall. At nightfall, their headlights are not causing light activity and causing my shadow to project against the wall. These are forms of touching, the same pattern of conduct. So as I've already shown you, driving in light that's flying in the air, that's light that's on the curb as they drive through, creating light activity. Engineered lights appearing on the passenger side of their vehicle while the fake sun's on the driver's side of their vehicle, and the shadow of their vehicles are reaching across here, okay? That's a form of them touching me. So as one vehicle after another, this is hundreds of people engaging in what is a form of touching you, which is unlawful. And it's relevant to what is recognizing impossible light activity. The intent to engage in what are extreme measures of what is a sex offense. The entity that is touching with that which is not naturally occurring for a criminal purpose, serving your demise, while they're engaged in criminal activity. 9PXS800 is a sex offender. The shadow of that vehicle moving across the sidewalk, that's for touching me. That's a sex offender. And it is a sex offender intentionally going this route at this time to engage in that sex offense. The entity does so as a legion of demons are stalking. Legions of demons. Legions of them. P.O.C. This is state action. All right, this is the legions of demons that are keeping genitalia under surveillance as well. They are indeed sex offenders. They're no longer secretly engaging in surveillance. They're no longer secretly engaging in stalking. They're no longer secretly engaging in what is invading your privacy and doing things such as stalking you in bathrooms, because that's what they're doing. They're sex offenders and they're psychopaths. Okay, this is P.O.C. The thing. Disorders are shared by those that are going to be removed from positions where they engage in murdering mass amounts of people, all right, and calling it a tragic accident. No, gang stalking is not a tragic accident. Criminal surveillance that the American people are subject to is not a tragic accident, and that is engaging what is stalking and present a national security threat to the American people, and they are equally engaged in stalking with light, that's certifiable conduct that a population shares. This is P.O.C. This is indeed MSBOSS, a heavily documented stalker. She's going to be prosecuted in that manner as well. She's engaging in the pattern of conduct, and serial stalkers are going to be prosecuted. You're talking about federal prison. While the entity is engaging in that, and it doesn't matter if you work where the fake sun is rising, I'm going to prosecute you. The superseding pattern of conduct is what is going to override, because the entity literally formed this pattern of conduct with regard to you're never being able to prove that you're being stalked by your family, by your friends, where you work, where it is that you're traveling, because of the way in which the pattern of conduct is designed. The specific environment follows you, and so does the entity. Okay, you're going to be prosecuted. This is P.O.C. This is domestic terrorism that's underway in the United States, and this is informing those around the world what the United States is doing to those who are coming into the country subject to this pattern of conduct, and the ways in which the United States is targeting with those that are outside of this country as well. And the entity's doing it before you, before the public, and this is what you need to be informed of. The entities engage in this pattern of conduct with what is impunity. They are stalking right now while you are looking at the evidence, speaking to the fact that they conspire to murder people. They sexually violate them. They criminally monitor and psychologically torture them with disregard for the rights of another, disregard for law and order, which is speaking to the national security threat that you need to be aware of, and the reality of demons, legions of them, who do not care about the law. They do not care about you exposing them. In fact, it incentivizes them to engage in more aggressive, more hostile, more violent conduct, which is a threat to you. This is mental illness. This is surveillance. It's not traffic. They decide to continuously engage in it. The fake sin is how you know that. And the fake sin is how you're going to analyze it. These are the mentally ill that are not parents. Their demon-possessed children are violent terrorists. They are a threat. They're sex offenders. They're engaging in the pattern of conduct, and that's because they're monitoring spirits. The monitoring spirits are the ones that are gang stalking. Over and under majority. Companies and those that are representing those driving in their private vehicles. The government is targeting directly. This is mental illness while you're looking at psychopathic pacing. This is psychopathic pacing, and what they're doing in planes is psychopathic pacing. Walking on the sidewalk in the engineer light, maintaining that presence on both sides of my person. This is the P.O.C. This is the pattern of conduct, and this is the city of Ontario that's going to be gutted out, okay? When you're walking in that engineer light, you are monitoring, all right? You're engaging in that when you're driving in it. They're doing so while the entity maintains the environment inside of buildings, like inside of Starbucks, like inside of McDonald's, like inside of Carl's Jr., like at the Arco and the Chevron gas stations, like inside of the Ovid Family Community Library. That's psychopathic behavior as a population is concentrating all of the pattern of conduct wherever you go. They do so until they murder you. They obsess over you and every move that you make. They are demons. They are not normal human beings. And the fact that they're engaging in criminal surveillance in front of all of you witnesses is your evidence of it. Take heed to the warning. This is not spreading fear. It is factual information that you need to be aware of. The facts are that which is speaking to inform you and empower you. This is P.O.C. It is currently 7:34 a.m. This is lawlessness that is going to remove the officials in the city of Ontario and the state of California. This is going to reflect back on them and harm them because they're engaging in this lawlessness, which those that are in positions of authority are going to be answering for, and the people of the state are going to prison. Okay, they're engaging in that P.O.C., and they also are when the police are committing kidnappings with them, they're going to prison. When they're engaging in criminal summoning with them, they're going to prison. When they're engaging in what is harassment and conspicuous stalking with them, they're going to federal prison. P.O.C. It is currently, like I stated, 7:35 a.m.